Hello, 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 and welcome to another edition of Pub Quiz Streams. You are joined, hopefully, by both me and Dave tonight. How you doing, Dave?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Dave, we. Oh wait, that
You,
can can
have
hear
you?
you. Yeah, we can hear
Yeah. I don't think these circles work too great because I, well, you can only really get one nipple in at a
you.
time.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine. How you doing this week, Dave?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
Good. Not much has changed in the 24 hours since I last saw you.
No, exactly. You're allowed to meet other people now. Oh, the freedoms we have.
I know. We were actually considering trying to do this from Dave's garden this week, but it looked a bit too rainy.
Yeah, we
Instead,
had this discussion yesterday whilst huddling under umbrellas, freezing to death.
yeah,
No coronavirus was caught, but we did catch hypothermia.
very, very
Um,
cold.
yeah, looking out my window now, the birds are singing, and it is absolutely dry as a bone. So we probably could have done it. So maybe
Yeah,
next week.
yeah, maybe next week. Right. Hopefully, I think most of the teams we've got now are all returning. But this week we are starting off with a picture quiz. So really simple. If you haven't refreshed your page in a while, the site is now live and you should be able to log in. Dave, how do they do that?
Yeah, so you'll be able to pick your team name out. You can type it in and search for it now. Give us your team secret. We're going to give you a few minutes to get the first five answers in anyway. If you've forgotten your team secret, tweet us. We are, above my head, at Pub Quiz Streams.
Correct.
You could drop us an email as well. It's is that on it? No. Hello
Hello
at
at
sociallydistant.pub.
sociallydistant.pub.
We can help you out there.
Yeah, we can.
So yeah, log in with your team secret, fill in your five answers, and then click the submit button at the bottom. It's as simple
Yeah.
as that.
So the first round, well, we split our picture quiz up, so it's an extended picture quiz, and this is the first lot of pictures, and it is, of course, people behind masks. If you are in any doubt as well, we are looking for the real name. So there will be a few fictional characters in there, or actors or actresses. We're looking for the real name of those actors to go into the answer box. But yeah, I've spent a good sort of 20 minutes photoshopping some masks on to some various people.
It did surprisingly well because I did think for a second, why are these people all wearing the same mask?
It's fine, it fooled you. So get those in. We'll give you 10 minutes to get that and make sure all your calls are up and running. And then we'll be back with our first proper round very shortly. Remember, drop us a tweet or email us if you've got any problems, and we'll see you in a bit. And for all of you that are interested, this week we will be playing our raffle again. However, it's slightly different than it was before, so you can now play Dodgy Dave and the Raffle of Secrets on our site. To be fair, it's worth it just for looking at the image of Dodgy Dave Potter that I managed to conjure up in about 5 minutes. So do click the raffle bit at the top. As always, all of the proceeds go to funding the quiz, not into our pockets. Big prize tonight, big prize. So you do want to play. Last chance to get those picture quizzes in now. Just 1 minute left to get your picture quiz in. Thank you, everyone. Hope you all enjoyed that picture quiz. I know I did, because we've had some very amusing wrong answers to it. Maybe we'll go through some of them later. You'll have another couple of seconds just to submit that if you haven't already. But we are going to move on to round number 1 of our sort of normal quizzing structure. So remember, if you haven't played with us before, it's pretty simple, really. We're going to do 4 sort of written rounds, and then we've also got 2 picture rounds this week. The next round's going to be on current affairs. There's also some sports coming up. Well, there's a few sporty ones thrown in there. What you'll need to do is, if you're new to this, you'll need to click round 2, and you should see 10 answer boxes appear there. So one person from your team will be in charge of filling that in. Simple as that. When you've done that, click submit as soon as you have done at the end of the quiz or at the end of the round. And then after that, we'll mark the questions. You should know this already. You've just all submitted your picture quizzes, which has been great. So we're going to move on to round number 2, which is we took a week off and the world has gone to shit. And Barnard Castle. So question number 1. Which TV soap is going to run out of episodes to air on the 16th of June? That's question number 1. Which TV soap is going to run out of episodes to air on the 16th of June? Question number 2. The BAFTA TV nominations were announced this week, but which of the following documentaries is not nominated? Crime and Punishment, Tiger King, Don't the Cats, Hunting an Internet Killer. That's question number 2. The BAFTA TV nominations were announced this week, but which of the following documentaries is not nominated? Is it Crime and Punishment, Tiger King, Don't Fuck with the Cats? Which one of those 3? There's another line underneath it, so it makes me think there's another, so my cadence is interrupted. And now, in a test of all of my technical ability, here is Dave to take you through question number 3.
Yeah. I should probably have the spreadsheet open. I'm properly prepared for this. Yeah, can you hear me? Okay, great. Question number 3. On this day in 1956, this is a very current affairs round. On this day in 1956, Elvis Presley introduced a new single on The Milton Berle Show and scandalised the audience with his suggestive hip movements. What song was it? So on this day in 1956, Elvis Presley introduced his new single on The Milton Berle Show and scandalised the audience with his suggestive hip movements. Wikipedia's words. What song was it? Question number 4, only slightly more up to date. Which animals have tested positive for coronavirus at a New York zoo? So that's question 4. Which animals have tested positive for a coronavirus at a New York zoo? Question number 5. All the kids these days are on the TikTok. A video of Ruth has gone dancing. A video of Ruth dancing has gone viral. But is Ruth a pet cat, a hamster, or a granny? So all the kids these days are on TikTok, and on there a video of Ruth dancing has gone viral. But is Ruth a pet cat, a hamster, or a granny? We've actually got a TikTok account if anyone wants to follow us. We thought we'd grab that as well. We are at Pub Squiz Streams. Don't bother. I'm the only one with the login, and I don't know how to work it. It just confuses me. There's loads of young ladies dancing around and pop music, and no, thank you. Question number 6. The Warburton Toll Bridge over the Manchester Ship Canal was the centre of a row about social distancing. Apparently you get too close when you hand over your money. How much is the toll to cross this bridge? So the Warburton Toll Bridge over the Manchester Ship Canal was the centre of a row about social distancing. How much is the toll? Question number 7. According to some research, this is the kind of research we like, residents of which UK city are buying the most sex toys in lockdown? So that's according to some research. I think it was Love Honey. Residents of which UK city are buying the most sex toys in lockdown?
Thanks for that, Dave. And as if by magic, you disappear and I appear again. So, question number 8. Which sportsman's trainers sold at auction for a world record of $560,000? That's question number 8. Which sportsman's trainers sold at auction for a world record of $560,000? Question number 9. How many of America's 50 states saw a protest in the wake of George Floyd's death? That's question 9. How many of America's 50 states saw a protest in the wake of George Floyd's death? And finally, for this round, question number 10. Elon Musk, who I believe is a Martian in human form trying to get to his home planet, launched the first humans on his Falcon 9 rocket to the International Space Station. But what's Elon's middle name? That's question 10. Elon Musk helped launch the first humans on his Falcon 9 rocket to the International Space Station this week. But what's Elon's middle name? And as always, we're going to run through those questions one more time in case you've missed them. Question number 1 was which TV soap is going to run out of episodes to air on the 16th of June. Question number 2, the BAFTA TV nominations were announced this week, but which of the following documentaries is not nominated? Crime and Punishment, Tiger King or Don't Fuck with the Cats. Question 3. On this day in 1956, Elvis Presley introduced a new single on the Milton Berle Show. But what song was it? Question number 4. Which animals have tested positive for coronavirus at New York Zoo? Just looking for one of the animals there. So either will do. Question number 5. All the kids these days are in Tic Tacs. A video of Ruth has gone viral. But what is Ruth? A pet cat, a hamster, or a granny? Question number 6. The Warburton Toll Bridge over the Manchester Ship Canal is the centre of a row about social distancing. But how much is the toll? Question number 7. According to some research, residents of which UK city are buying the most sex toys in lockdown? Question number 8. Which sportsman's trainer sold at auction for a world record $560,000? And question number 9. How many of America's 50 states saw a protest in the wake of George Floyd's death? Finally, question number 10. Elon Musk, the Martian, helped launch humans on his Falcon 9 rocket last week. But what's Elon's middle name? So once you've got all of those answers, do hit the submit button and then we will mark them. We'll give you a couple of minutes to get all your answers in, deliberate with your teams and get them marked. We will be back after that with our next round. So any problems, do give us an email, give us a tweet, and we'll see you soon. Very last chance to get those answers submitted. Last chance. And we are back. Hello again, Dave, who's definitely on mute.
Hello.
I could tell before. I was like, oh no.
He's not clicked that button, has he?
I think you've maybe had a bit too much Saw VB, like some of us.
Sauvignon Blanc.
The Sauvignon Blanc.
The official drink of Pub Quiz Streams.
At least
We're
it
not
is this
sponsored
week.
by Cheap Tesco's Wine, but we're not above being sponsored by Cheap Tesco's Wine.
No, hey mate, I've got some organic shit from the farm shop this week.
Pretentious.
Tasty though. What I like to do though is like I've got a nice little wine rack now. So you know I want people to think that I'm one of those people that actually has like a fine collection of wines. So you know if you go to Aldi you can get a bottle of wine for £3, and when it's on its side in the wine rack you can't tell how much it costs. So
That's true. Yeah, peel the sticker off.
yeah, just decant it into more expensive bottles. So you know
out of a jerry can.
well, you know what you're going to get if you ever come for a barbecue round at mine.
Yes.
A bit of petrol. Oh,
Yeah.
So
we have finished marking the first 2 rounds now. Let's have a quick glance at the leaderboard, shall we? 2 teams on a full 15. Deportiva, the coronavirus, and taking our time to perfect this drinking problem as we're still largely avoiding the streets. It's the inactive.
Ooh, there we go.
So yeah, if you want to have a look at leaderboard, you can do. We've moved the little menu a little bit higher up. Just click on leaderboard. It gives you the full list. You can now click peek, and you can have a look at their answers. You can also have. You can also build your own mini league if you just tick the ones you want and add to my league. So if you're competing against friends or family or nemesis. Also up there you'll find your score, where you can see each question as we go along, what you said and what the correct answer was, as well as how many people got that question right. So 95% of teams guessed Peter K. You can also now jump to another team and spy on them as well. And perhaps most importantly, there is a link at the top there to the raffle. We're going to keep plugging it.
Well, we should.
If you want a chance to win, I think it's £20 tonight, did we say?
I don't know. We haven't said yet.
Should we say £20? Make it 25? Should we go 25?
Oh, let's make it 25. Let's make
£25.
it 25. Ooh.
If you want to win £25 in cold, hard PayPal cash, then go ahead to the raffle. We've put some fancy new artwork on them and everything.
I'm very proud of it. I'm really quite proud.
You can securely check out there with PayPal or your debit card. We'll be making the draw later on. It's all completely at random. All the money that we get from that doesn't go into our pockets, as we said. It goes into the costs of running the server. I know I've just paid an Amazon bill, Amazon Web Services bill, things like domains, security and all that.
All the boring stuff, really.
All the stuff that Alex leaves me to sort out.
Whereas I just come up with the pure comedy.
I just get a text at 2 a.m. and say, I've had an idea.
It's never a good one either.
No.
All right, well, Dave's going to be back in a little bit. Keep an eye on those raffle orders and make sure we're getting enough in. But until then, we're going to go on to our next round, which is, of course, round 3. So round 3 is called General Nonsense. So question number 1. The Premier League returns behind closed doors in just under 2 weeks. But can you name one of the 2 teams who will play in the first match to return? That's question number 1. The Premier League returns behind closed doors in just under 2 weeks. But can you name one of the 2 teams who will play in the first match? We're looking for the first Premier League match, so no friendlies. Question number 2. Which has a greater landmass, Scotland or the Isle of Ireland? That's question number 2. Which has a greater landmass, Scotland or the Isle of Ireland? Question number 3. Weevil, blister, and ladybird are all types of what? That's question 3. Weevil, blister, and ladybird are all types of what? I can tell you for free, the answer is not sexually transmitted infection. Question number 4. Carrauntoohil is the highest mountain in which remote country? That's question 4. Carrauntoohil is the highest mountain in which remote country? Question 5. Tots TV was the absolute shit when I was a kid. Tom and Tilly were 2 of the Tots, but who was the third? That's question number 5. Who was the third Tot of Tots TV? And 3, 2.
I've definitely clicked the button, mate. I've clicked it. What are we up to? Round 3. Question number 6 then. The Stonewall riots started nearly 51 years ago, but from what type of place did they take their name Stonewall from to name them? Oh, okay, right. I've not read these before. The Stonewall riots started nearly 51 years ago, but from what type of place did they take the name Stonewall from to name themselves? So basically, what kind of thing are the Stonewall riots named after? Question 7, much simpler. What is the official title of the minister that leads the Treasury? So, number 7. What is the official title of the minister that leads the Treasury? It's the bloke what's in charge of the money in it. Question number 8. Syngenesphobia. That's syngenesphobia is the fear of what? It's written down to my left, right, one of them. Syngenesphobia, Syngenes, Question number 9. Which BBC radio station is older? Is it BBC Radio 2 or BBC Radio 3? So question 9 again. Which BBC radio station is older? BBC Radio 2 or Radio 3? And last for number 10, last for round 3. What country has the highest cost for a loaf of bread on average? So, which country has the highest cost for a loaf of bread on average? I'm assuming we're talking like a sliced white loaf. We're not talking like a fancy tiger baton or something.
We are talking about a 500-gram white bloomer.
So we'll run through all of your questions for round 3 again quickly. Question 1 was the Premier League returns behind closed doors in just under 2 weeks. I can't wait. But can you name what one of the 2 teams, or both, that will be playing in the first match back? Question number 2, which has a greater landmass, Scotland or the entire island of Ireland? Question number 3, a weevil, a blister, and a ladybird are all types of what? Question number 4, thanks for spelling it out so I can pronounce it. Karen Hill is the highest mountain in which remote country? Question number 5, Tots TV was the absolute shit when Lighty was a kid. I was more of a Playdays kind of guy. Tom and Tilly were two of the Tots, but what was the third? Question number 6, the Stonewall riots started nearly 51 years ago, but from what type of place did it take the name Stonewall? Question number 7, what is the official title of the minister that leads the Treasury? Question number 8, syngenasthobia is the fear of what? Question number 9, which BBC radio station is older? Is it BBC Radio 2 or BBC Radio 3? And lastly, what country has the highest cost for your 500-gram white bloomer loaf on average? It's the most expensive country to buy your bread in. So you've got about 10 minutes or so. Get those marked, and we'll be back with a picture round. It's another set of masked celebrities. They're not really masked. We've photoshopped the masks on. A couple of people pointed out in the first round that they're not wearing the masks properly. It's because they're not wearing masks.
No, they're not wearing masks at all. So, I put them on. I put the same mask on every single person at the same angle. So, I'm not surprised it doesn't go over all their noses correctly. So that's right, get those in. We will put the picture quiz up in a couple of seconds, a couple of minutes. So you can start. Oh, it's up now, even better than that. You can start having a look through that in about 10, 15 minutes. We'll be back with round number 5. Just 2 quiz rounds left to go this week. And then we'll see you. Well, we'll be back with that. So do remember to play the raffle. We'll draw that after round 5. And until then, adios. Last chance to get your picture rounds in. Oh, and just like that, we're back. Some contentious points in those marks, Dave, weren't there?
Yeah. Pub Quiz Streams is proud to have players from all around the world, including some places that might find Ireland remote. That's what we're going to stick with.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And also, we've put empirical proof on our Twitter that Ireland is in fact a remote country.
And
So,
believe everything you see on Twitter.
yes, yes, no fake news here. So, none at all. Right. Hopefully, you've all got that in. Last chance to get your raffle tickets as well. We're going to close that off after this next round, which is always one of my favourites. It's one of my music rounds, Dave.
Yeah, I think I gave it a snappy title to point out. It's another one of Alex's obscure music round, this time with what he thinks are classic tracks.
Classic tracks with an X. Well, looks like you're kicking the party off then, Dave.
All right, let's start off with round number 5. Question 1. Bruce Springsteen recorded the album Nebraska all by himself on what type of tape recorder? Was it a 4-track or 8-track? It means nothing to me. So Bruce Springsteen, no relation to Bruce Ringsting. Bruce Springsteen recorded the album Nebraska all by himself on what type of tape recorder? 4-track or 8-track? Question number 2. Who went to number 1 in 1979 with the track Our Friends Electric? So who went to number 1 in 1979 with the track Our Friends Electric? Question number 3 in the music round. Which wrinkly topless boy's real name is James Newell Osterberg Jr.? Whose real name is James Newell Osterberg Jr.? I think it becomes obvious at some point who writes which question.
I'll have none of that slander, Dave. Right, my turn. Question number 4. These are the lyrics from a song. But he moved a million hearts in mono. Our mothers cried, sang along, who'd blame them? You're grown, so grown, now I must say more than ever. But what song are those lyrics from? The lyrics again for you. But he moved a million hearts in mono. Our mothers cried, sang along, who'd blame them? You're grown, so grown, now I must say more than ever. Lyrics from which song? Question number 5. There is a Paul Simon album named after which famous rock and roll star's home? And we're looking for the name of the rock and roll star, not the name of the home. That's question 5. There is a Paul Simon album named after a famous rock and roll star's home. But which star? Question number 6. The UEFA Champions League anthem is heavily based upon which anthem by Handel? As question 6. The UEFA Champions League anthem is heavily based upon which work by Handel? Question number 7. Which band share their name with the famous catchphrase of a fictional radio disc jockey? That's question 7. Which band share their name with a famous catchphrase of a fictional radio disc jockey? Question number 8. Who wrote the Bangles hit Manic Monday? That's question 8. Who wrote the Bangles hit Manic Monday? Question 9. Would you, brand of butter, because I can't spell, would you find the Sex Pistols frontman Johnny Rotten promoting? That's question 9. Which brand of butter would you find Sex Pistols frontman Johnny Rotten promoting? And finally, question number 10. Which city was the home and spawned the career of the bands The Bee Gees, Elbow, and Simply Red? That's question 10. Which city was the home and spawned the career of the bands The Bee Gees, Elbow, and Simply Red? Going to go through those questions one more time, as always. Question number 1. Bruce Springsteen recorded the album Nebraska on what type of tape recorder? Question 2. Who went to number 1 in 1979 with the track Our Friends Electric? Question number 3. Which wrinkly topless boy's real name is James Newell Osterberg Jr.? Question 4. These are lyrics from a song, but which songs? But he moved a million hearts in mono, our mothers cried, sang along, who'd blame them? You're grown, so grown, now I must say more than ever. Question 5. There's a Paul Simon album named after which famous rock and roll star's home? Question number 6. The UEFA Champions League anthem is heavily based upon which work by Handel? Question 7. Which band share their name with the famous catchphrase of a fictional radio disc jockey? Question 8. Who wrote the Bangles hit Manic Monday? Question 9. Which brand of butter would you find Sex Pistols frontman Johnny Rotten promoting? And finally, question number 10. Which city helped spawn the career of the bands The Bee Gees, Elbow, and Simply Red? You've got a couple of minutes now to get your answers in. As always, we'll take another 5-10 minutes to mark them. This is your last chance. If you want to play tonight's raffle, we'll be drawing the winner after this round. So if you want to be in the chance of winning £25, do play the raffle. Just click raffle above your head. You can also donate there if you don't want to play the raffle, but you do want to help us out keeping the site running. Simple as that. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with our final round of the night. See you in a bit. Welcome back again. Me and muted Dave here.
Yep.
Yep. Do you know, I'm really glad we got these t-shirts made, you know, because they're just accurate every week, aren't they?
Yeah, it'd be a waste of about £3 per shirt.
So, how's the raffle gone tonight, Dave?
It's gone really well. We've had 12. The count again. 12 of you are playing tonight. There's a total of about 70 tickets in the pot.
So, good odds is what we're saying.
Good odds, yeah.
So, without further ado,
I've no idea what you're doing, mate.
I've done it the most janky way possible. I've just sort of like...
You just floated the Chrome tab in front of my face.
No.
Can't see this.
Right. Yes, I have. Right, it's time to pick a winner. And here we go. This week's winner is Tracy Clinton. Order 827 for your records, Dave. Well done, Tracy. You've won £25. Dave will drop you an email and we'll get what we need off you then.
Yeah, we'll drop an email and then we'll send you £25 once we've got your details off you.
Simple as that. We'll probably be back with another raffle soon. So if you didn't win this time, there's always another chance. But someone wins every week. That's the good thing about it. So exactly.
So a quick look at the leaderboard before we go into the final round. It is tight at the top again. We love it when this happens, and we have got a tie break just in case. 32 teams, 5 points off the lead. Pudsey Muff Magicians, Quiz Tarrant, 34, so only 3 off the lead. Quarantina and the Waves, great name. Quentin Quarantino, still a great name. Gavin and Stacey, 2 points off the lead are Quiz Akabusi. 1 point behind the leaders, Deportivo and COVID-19. And holding on to a lead are taking our team to perfect this drinking problem. We're still largely avoiding the streets. It's the inadequacy.
Maybe this is
seven.
Maybe this. I was going to say maybe this is the week that they finally actually they win that. Take the lead in the grudge match against Deportivo. I believe they're still on 3-3.
Yeah, I know it's a grudge match. I've been looking in the database and I can see that they're both in each other's mini leagues. So we know who's giving. Just look at the main leaderboard. You're both at the top.
No, I like it more when they're on the mini leagues. Right, without further ado, we're going to go on to our final round of the night, unless there's a tie break. It is a true or false round, I believe, Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
It's true.
True.
It's. I think I called it something about bullshit. I can't remember anymore.
I just accidentally muted myself and you for a little bit then, so fingers crossed I don't do that again. Right, let's get on with round 6. True or false? Question number 1. The capital city of Kazakhstan is Astana. That's question number 1. The capital city of Kazakhstan is Astana. True or false? Question 2. Colonel Sanders, or Harland David Sanders, was a real colonel in the US military. True or false? Two or false? True or false? Bit too much slobby B. Question number 2. Colonel Sanders, or Harland David Sanders, was a real colonel in the US military. True or false? Question number 3. In 2016, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart sold more CDs than Adele. True or false? So question 3. In 2016, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart sold more CDs than Adele. We do mean of his music, not him coming back from the grave and physically selling them himself in a branch of HMV. Question number 4. According to the US presidential line of succession, the next in line after the vice president would be the Secretary of State. True or false? It's question 4. According to the US presidential line of succession, the next in line after the Vice President would be the Secretary of State. True or false? Of course that's false. It's Kiefer Sutherland. Everyone knows that. Question number 5. Elon Musk, he's back again, when he's not launching his rockets to his homeland, owns the drilling company, which is digging massive tunnels underneath New York City. True or false? It's question 5. When he's not launching rockets to the homeland, Elon Musk owns the drilling company, which is digging massive tunnels underneath New York City. True or false?
I have unmuted myself, don't you worry. On the topic of Elon Musk, it is a genuine belief I hold that he is a Martian trying to get back home, because he is so keen on going to Mars. Like, uncanny. Right. Question number 6. True or false? The most expensive cheese in the world comes from Serbia. So true or false? The most expensive cheese in the world comes from Serbia. Question number 7. Under Chairman Mao, every Chinese family was obliged to kill a sparrow a week to stop them eating all the rice. So question number 7. Under Chairman Mao, every Chinese family was obliged to kill a sparrow a week to stop them eating all the rice. Question number 8. Norway has the highest number of metal bands per capita. So that's question number 8. Norway has the highest number of metal bands per capita. Question number 9 comes from one of Lighty's holidays abroad. In 2008, a man was arrested in Ohio for having sex with a picnic table. True or false? In 2008, a man was arrested in Ohio for having sex with a picnic table. True or false?
What can I say? I was a bad man when I was 15 years old.
Hormones, mate, hormones. Be one of the more reasonable sex stories you tried to make us believe when you were at school. Picnic table might believe, girl, no chance. And lastly, your last question for the quiz tonight. The condom manufacturer Durex once printed flyers that had pregnancy tests built into them. The advert said, "Peeing on this ad may change your life." So question number 10. True or false? Durex once printed flyers that had pregnancy tests built in. The advert said, "Peeing on this ad may change your life." So, run through all of your round 6 off the top. Question number 1 was, the capital city of Kazakhstan is Astana. Remember, these are all true or false. Makes it really easy to mark. That's why we put this as the last round. Question number 2. Colonel Sanders, him of KFC buckets, or Harlan David Sanders, his full name, was a real colonel in the US military. Question number 3. In 2016, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart sold more CDs than Adele. Question number 4. According to the US presidential line of succession, the next in line after the vice president would be the Secretary of State. Question number 5. Human form Martian Elon Musk, when he's not launching his rockets back to his homeland, owns the drilling company, which is digging massive tunnels underneath New York City. Question number 6. The most expensive cheese in the world comes from Serbia. Question number 7. Under Chairman Mao, every Chinese family was obliged to kill a sparrow a week to stop them eating all the rice. Question number 8. Norway has the highest number of metal bands per capita. In question number 9. In 2008, a man, not necessarily Alex, but a man was arrested in Ohio for having sex with a picnic table. And question number 10. Durex once printed flyers that had pregnancy tests built in. The advert said, "Peeing on this ad may change your life." So, was your last round for the evening. Get them sent in, we'll mark them. I would strongly recommend that you go and have a look at the Your Answers page afterwards, because the ones we've looked up, true or false, everything there, we've put something in the little comment that you get there, and there are some real gems there. So, get your answers sent in, and we'll get them marked, and we'll be back with you in about 5 minutes.
Last chance to get the answers in. Last chance. And we're back with the final scores of the night. And
Yeah, I'm
all right. As long as you know.
I was just checking something.
Oh, good. High scoring quiz again this week, Dave.
It was a fantastic bit of quizzing. We did spot a few marking problems. We did the whole thing again quickly for you. So you might have noticed if you've got your eyes glued on the leaderboard, it's jumping up and down.
Yeah.
We just did that for attention.
Yeah, you've also got to make sure it's right when there's only one mark in it.
Yeah, because the last thing we want to do is have a tiebreaker, which, as we've known from previous experience, is an absolute nightmare to judge.
It really is. So before we get to the
teams send your answers in, and you get 8, and 3 of them are abusive.
So before we go to the top of the leaderboard, we're going to look at the bottom. So Peter and Sarah drinking from home, 13 out of 50. Oh,
I know who they are. That's embarrassing for them.
Do you know who they are?
Yeah, Pete and Sarah.
Oh, I know someone called Pete and Sarah.
One of them's a university lecturer. It might be this. I'm not sure which one it is, but
Who
if
knows?
it is the one I think it is, let yourself down a bit.
No. Well, whoever they are, they've come last, so that is disappointing. Nor are on 17 out of 50. The Animal Crossers, Elaine and Hannah. Oh, I know who that is. You see, just in case you did wonder, it turns out, pub quizzing ability does not stretch to a relationship, as my girlfriend's just proven, coming in 39th place. Alongside the Collywobbles, Michelle's Chester's coronavirus experience as well. In 37th, we got Team Hanley, Quiz on My Face, as well on 23 points. 24 points, Chicken Tape Squad, Bubston's Brainiacs on 24 in 35th place. 32nd place, Three teams: Florence and the Ventilator Machine, the Good, the Bad and the Ugly. Good one. And Peter Pandemic on 25. In 30th place, we've got two. The Parry Family and Stone the Crows on 26. 27 in 29th place, because that makes sense, is Simple Minds. 25, there's only 12 days until football, alongside Brayhead Boy and Breakfast at Eli's and Quarantine, all on 28 points. On 29 points, you've got Suffolk and Good and Fuck the Detty Pigs, alongside Farkoff on 29 points, all in 22nd place. And then finally in 21st place, the Erotic Novelists on 30 points. Dave?
Okay, I'll take it from 30 points. We've got the... just on the Erotic Novelists, sorry. 31 points is Quizzatina Aguilera. 31 out of 50, they are tied with the Smith family. 32 out of 50, the Village Yokels. 33, the Great Deakin Bake Off. Mission Quiz Possible are on 34. Hides in Isolation, the Unbezonkas, both on 35. 36 points for Up to No Good. See why you've let me give the top half, mate. 37 points are for the Great British Steak Off and everyone's favourite Bruce Ringsting and his anal fishes. My window's open. I hope my neighbours can hear me shouting Bruce Ringsting and his anal fishes.
Hi, Graham.
Great man. 50 for Pudsy's Mathematicians. Panic at the Tesco and Quarantina and the Waves are tied on 41 in 8th place. 42.7 places Quiz Tarrant. Quiz Akabusi is 6th with 43. Quentin Quarantino, 44. They're at top. 3rd place, COVID-19. Well done to Kieran, Kev, Paulie and Thunderpants.
Is he mates with Bruce?
Tied with them on 3rd is Gammon and Stacey. Tedrick, Callum, Josh and Lee. 1 point separates the lead. We know it's a grudge. Deportivo, the coronavirus, Jamie and team, 46 out of 50, but beaten by Lods, Maria, Pete, Laura. Taking our time to perfect the drinking problem, we're still largely avoiding the streets. It's not a drinking problem, it's social distancing.
It is, and that means, because they tweeted us, it's 4 games each for those now.
Oh, is it 4-4?
It's 4-4 again now, so well done. I guess we'll be back next week. Maybe we won't, maybe we will, who knows. I think the next one we are going to try and do it from Dave's garden though, so instead of having to have so many microphones going on, I'll just put him at a 2 metre distance instead. Much easier.
Yeah, I think we might have to just go through the quiz questions and take out all of the content. So I have got neighbours, and I'm not sure I want them to be hearing some of the stuff shouted over a fence.
I'm sure they'd be fine with it. Well, thank you everyone for playing. A massive thank you to everyone that played the raffle this week and helped support the site. We really do appreciate it, and it keeps all of this going. Keep an eye on our social media at Pub Quiz Streams and mailing lists to find out more about what we're going to do. I know for a fact we've been talking about doing an After Dark quiz very, very shortly as well. So who knows, maybe that will make a return next week as well. So hope you all are good, everyone stays safe, and until then, bye.